many families, the primary source of building wealth is home ownership, and just seeing how the lack of education around that and trying to hold banks, financial institutions a little bit more accountable and providing access to services for all the communities in which they serve. I think another element to kind of address is just educational gaps. The attrition rate and lack of enrollment for minority students, particularly males of color. And there's a lot of worthy organizations that's trying to address some of these issues that we have, but a lot of it is societal, a lot of it is social. I think a lot of it is still steep in ignorance, as far as not knowing what people are going through and not really concerned. I'm in this place of comfort, and so I don't want to even get involved with that, right? And so it takes people that's going to be courageous and have a conviction to create change. And so I think it's incumbent upon us to, and I appreciate your program kind of elevating some of these issues that's before us, and how do we bring solutions as opposed to criticism, right?
Absolutely. And, how do we work inclusively, even as a community? When I look at major changes throughout, our nation, I always go back to the, civil rights movement. I mean, you just did not see Black and brown faces trying to make change. You saw white males, you saw, Black males and Black females, at the forefront. I mean, when you look at the visuals and you understand the history. So, how do we get everyone inclusively moving in that direction? Dupree Scoville was a special guest from season 1 that truly brought some things to light, very bold in some things that he said. And but this is all a learning platform. And I love when you said the biggest thing about your faith is grace, because it's having grace to bring everyone up to speed so that we can all work together. But yeah, valid points. So what is the most important lesson your parents taught you that you still remember and that you still implement to this very day?
Well, I mean, there's a reason why I call my company Russell Glenn. It's named the street we grew up on. So a lot of lessons. We'll be here all day. Mom was really big on never forgetting where you come from. And I think she said that for a couple of reasons. One is the idea of being humble and realizing that you're very fortunate to have the things that you have. But also remember that there is someone who has less than you. One of the things that my older brother played at Notre Dame, and Lou Holtz was his head coach. And his favorite, the quote that I remember from Lou Holtz the most is that, like, life is never as good as it seems, nor as bad, but somewhere in between sort of reality falls. And so I think that sense of never forgetting where you can come from is live in reality, right? And be always willing to give of yourself to give back. But then also, you set a new path for the community. And when you do, don't just leave them, come back and make sure you help someone else along the way.
Absolutely.
Yes, yeah, I guess for me, my parents would always throw out nuggets, that you still live by, right? These precepts for living, right? One of the things that is pretty funny, we would always win in elementary perfect attendance. The honor rolls was tough, but but we knew one thing: we're gonna be there at school, and rain, sleet, or snow, we wasn't missing. And my parents would come to the ceremony right there for perfect attendance, right? They, when you think about their level of support, they would travel to the games. My mom had a cowbell, so we would hear her wherever she was at in the stand. We know she was there cheering, because she would own one in the fans, in the crowd, with a cowbell. But just, the importance of family. We always had family over. We always had guests family staying with us. We always had neighborhood friends that felt welcomed. They always felt like we tried to make that space comfortable for other people. And we, like Terrence mentioned, I think, having us really embedded in the church early gave us a sense of balance and priority and a desire to even serve. I think when we started Two Ends, it was really trying to do church ministry a little bit different and creatively, outside the walls of the church. So all those things had some deep influence over our lives. And again, it was just, always sharing. Availability too. My mom was always available to listen and to hear us and to give her perspective without making the decision for it. But once you left the conversation, she didn't tell you what to do, or my dad didn't tell you what to do, but you got a better sense of what you needed to do. And so, yeah.
That is amazing. And you have an older brother who went to. I caught that. So give me the siblings. I haven't read.
So we're the youngest of four. So it's four boys, no girls, and I'm the baby. Tim is older than is the older twin. So yeah. That's the only thing he beat me in was, being.
That's why he says he's known you his whole life besides the 30 minutes. So there was a 30-minute gap between your. Yeah. Oh my goodness! And then the older brother is he here in Dallas or where? What is he?
Yeah, we're fortunate. Yeah, we our family are here local. Yeah, so we get the fellowship and spend a lot of time with each other. So we're grateful for that.
Well, what incredible parents. Now that, I'm sure you guys have felt it too, raising kids, you realize the intentionality of parents to get your kids to where you know, so incredible. I hope to meet your mother one day. So what do you believe the next generation should know and learn to lead successfully in today's business climate? And I want to respect your time, so I'm going to make this the last question.
Yeah, can you repeat that one?
What do you believe the next generation should know and learn to lead successfully in today's business climate? Just give me, what do you think the next generation needs to know? That's
a great question. It sounds simple, but I think it's really relevant, is that they need to know that they don't know. I think the next generation, because I think they've lived with technology so much, that they're going to have to be very, very intentional in getting to know people in a real authentic way. That they are going to have to be even more creative and think even more so out the box.
Yes.
Because the world is constantly changing around us, and they're going to need to know that there's a place for their gifts and talent, and how to maximize that is the solution that they need to find, and that's the process. That's the art of blooming, where you're planted and trust in the process to sort of evolve and develop as a young person into that next generational leader.
It's great. It's great. Tim?
I think same thing. I think communicative, just being able to communicate, like Terrence said, and that you matter. The only thing that I would add is that life is a journey peppered with good moments, and there's going to be down moments, and how you handle both will help you to navigate these interesting times, right? And keeping things in perspective, I would tell them to understand that things are not always as bad as it seems, and it's not always as good, but in the middle lies reality. And I think having a healthy balance of that, right? And not becoming overly burdened and consumed where it could be mentally taxing. But don't be self-absorbed by what you're seeing on social media and everything else is trying to influence you. Have a sense of a foundation, a sense of purpose, and operate in that. And both, like we started with great courage and with great conviction.
Absolutely. Well, I just want to say thank you for taking this. Time is precious, as you know. So thank you for taking this time.